This is a great idea, Rev. Definitely a great idea. It would have been fine. I was just gonna drive around. I was gonna get there at 8:30 and then I could go visit another national park tomorrow. Instead of just waiting. And going on Sunday during the day maybe. Or in the morning or when there's sunlight. But no, apparently New Mexico is not a desert. It's only a small portion of desert. Texas has all the desert. But no, apparently I am driving like 6,000 feet elevation or some shenanigans. And I had to drive all the way up. And I hate driving on mountains in the dark. I hate it. And then I saw something that looked like a mother effing elk. And if I had hit that would have been it. I would have been smoked, even in the van. Even though it's a nice, well-made van, I would have been smoked. But no, now I'm driving down this. I gotta shift into low gear. There's only so low of a gear I can go, and it's not low enough. And my ears are popping. It's not even 8 p.m. and it is pitch black. It's not 8 p.m. and it's pitch black. And there's runaway truck ramps, and it's dark. And I'm just ranting to rant, but this is like the longest 30 minutes of my life to get from point A to point B, which is apparently up a mountain and then back down. Why? Who knows? But you better put it in the low gear. Good morning. It is Sunday morning and we are now going to go explore the White Sands National Park. I learned that this actually became a national park in 2019 apparently, but it looks pretty cool, so I'm excited. We're gonna go explore and wander around on the dunes, and should be fun. There's a nice little scenic drive that we'll do, and we're gonna go ahead and just do that. Maybe I'll let Winston out and he can run around in the dunes a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, you ready? He's ready. As I am sitting here waiting in line, and because I'm talking, Winston somehow thinks he is involved. But as I'm sitting here waiting in order to enter, I'm reminded of my worst experience at a national park, which happened to be Smoky Mountain National Park. We went there on a weekend, and there was a scenic drive, and I think it was in the summer, which would explain the amount of people. But we were stuck on this scenic drive for 3.5 hours. Something that should normally have taken an hour and a half was 3.5 hours. Because everybody was going 2 miles an hour, trying to take photographs of animals that you could barely see a mile away. So much so that my aunt flipped out and got out of the car at a group of people who had stopped to try and take a picture of a bear, which you could see 5% of way in the distance. She got out of the car and yelled at them and was like, "We've got people that are trying to get out. There's a line of cars." However, there was not really a huge line of cars, but my aunt was just done. I was done. And I'm hoping that by traveling in the wintertime that I don't experience that. This waiting here to get in, for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, not a big deal, right, Winston? Not a big deal. But this scenic route, it's 16 miles. And if I find myself going 2 miles an hour through it, that would be really tough. I'd probably start talking to you guys just out of sheer boredom, because there's no internet. There's only so much attention one can pay towards audiobooks. And Winston, I'm sure, would get a little tired of the BS too. Wouldn't you? He says he would. Yes, there he is. I took him to the park earlier today, actually, so he got to run around for about an hour and just have a little bit of fun. So, stretch his legs, play with some other dogs. If he could go to a park every day, he would. Yes, you would. No, sit down. So now we're just gonna wait to get in. Apparently people use sleds and they sled down the dunes. I don't know if that's something that I in particular would like to do, but it'd be nice to maybe come back and visit these parks with my aunt and my family, and then they could experience it for themselves, and then maybe I'd spend the $17 on a sled. But I don't know about, not today, I don't think. Trying to save what little money I can here.
Cute puppy.
Yeah.
Turn your body.
Gotta go climb a dune, right? We gotta go climb a dune. Oh, it's nice to visit a park where Winston can actually walk around. Because that's nothing but sand. You don't really picture sand dunes in the United States, so it's pretty fun to just kind of wander around and explore it. It's soft and cold, and Winston's having fun, aren't you? I'm gonna regret being covered in sand, but I don't know. Just something about this is kind of nice. I felt like I had to lay down while I was here. It felt like a necessary thing I had to do. Winston disagrees. Yes! Who's gonna drive? He's gonna drive! Winston's gonna drive! He could do it. He could do anything. Yes! I can't take my van through the car wash because of the solar panels, so I happen to see some guys on the side of the road. They are doing the wash. And, spoiler, not spoiler, my seals are not that great. Not that great at all. Poor Winston was scared when he was spraying on that side. Poor baby. He said the water was coming in. He was not a fan. Oh, my windows are so clean. It's so nice. It was $50, but it was worth it. Not to mention one of the teenage boys doesn't know that I can hear him talking outside the van. He goes, "This is such a pussy wagon." Oh my goodness, I don't even think I can mention that. I might have to bleep it. I wonder if I can figure out how to bleep it, but that just made my day. All right, some updates. So I did head up to Santa Fe, and I was there for a night. I spent the night at a 24-hour gas station. It wasn't an official truck stop, but they were kind enough to let me spend the night. Winston smelled the potato. He's emerged from his den in the hopes of potato. But I did actually, in the morning, I was just like, you know what? I need to get an oil change. So I called around and I actually found a place that would do an oil change, which I really appreciate. They did it same day. So I called them at like 8 a.m. and they're like, if you get over here right now. So I went over there. I had some meetings just on my phone, answered some emails, and they did an oil change, and it was like an hour. Boom, done. They use my oil and my filter. No discount, unfortunately, for that, but I'm just picky. They were all like, we use synthetic oil, and I'm like, listen, it probably works, but no. They gave me a list of recommendations due to various leaks. Okay, we're going to review the various leaks here. No surprise there. So, I like this camera for many reasons, but it is not great for reading. Okay, both valve covers are leaking. They recommend replacing that. Rear main seal is leaking. Crank seal is leaking. Transmission front seal is leaking. And lubrication of Zerk fittings. I don't know what Zerk fittings are. Do you guys know what Zerk fittings are? I don't know. But what I am going to do is call my aunt, who is a god when it comes to fixing vehicles. And I am going to ask her opinion on these, on if they're for realsies. They're probably real. It cost me $122 total with tax, which, ow, but it's necessary in my opinion. I change it every 3,000 miles, and I do feel it's necessary. So Now, however, we have made a change, and I think I've mentioned this before to all of you, that I was going to go from Santa Fe to Taos. So I get to Santa Fe, and I'm sitting down, and I'm actually in with Winston. We're hanging out, waiting for my vehicle to be done inside their waiting room. And I get to talking with the lovely administrator. I don't know what you'd call that. Office administrator. The one who handles all of the phone calls and everything else. And she's talking about the weather, and she's also talking about places that I should go. So she Googles it, and she's like, you should leave here. There's a snowstorm coming tomorrow. And I'm like, what? I think I'd seen that. I think I'd seen it, but I didn't think it was going to be that much of a thing. It still may not be a thing. She even said so. But I was like, no. I hate the cold. There are no truck stops anywhere around Santa Fe or Taos. Trust me, I've looked, and I just love truck stops because you can stay there for like 3 days. Speaking of, I'm at one right now. Spoiler. And I just was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. It's cold. It's mountainous. There's bad weather, bad-ish weather. I was like, you know what? We'll come back to Taos another time when it's not February. So ultimately, I made the decision, even though it was recommended to me to others to go there, that I have actually turned around, and she recommended a place for me called Tombstone, Arizona. And I Googled it, and she's like, it's an Old West town. And I'm like, heck yeah, it's an Old West town. So we're going there, literally, right now, on the way. Super excited. Should have thought about that. Absolutely have wanted to go to an Old West town before. So now I have the opportunity. Didn't even think about it. As I'm driving around, I'm like, oh, I gotta hit all the national parks. No, we are also going to an Old West town. And if we are lucky, we are seeing a shootout, and you are going to see it too. So that's my update for now. As per usual, I'm going to stay here a couple days. The weather is going to take a turn later in the week, so I might head further south, because that's where Tombstone is, to try and avoid the colder weather. It's not significant, but still, I'm just a weenie when it comes to cold weather. I literally packed up all my stuff and got a van and went south to avoid the weather, okay? To avoid the cold. I was tired of Minnesota cold. No more. Not anymore. So I will see you guys when I next do an update. Guys, I'm literally in my van right now in New Mexico at a truck stop. And I'm comfortable, cozy. Winston's asleep in his little bed. Like, I just gotta say, how cool is that? All this work, you have no idea, and I should have recorded it. But all the work to build these shelves, okay? Install lighting. Connect lighting to my battery. Add all this other stuff. Add all the shelves. Build this bed. Like, find the necessary items for appropriate size storage. The amount of work and thousands of dollars that I put in to this van. And now I get to sit here and I get to travel the US. And it is just so cool. Like, honestly, like once a week, I'm like, I'm in a van. I'm traveling the US, because I'm just so grateful and lucky. Like, this is just honestly the coolest. So yesterday, I wasn't feeling very well. I was cold and cranky, and I might have eaten something I shouldn't have. And I just was tired of my van life. That's not something I can do terribly often, but I booked 2 nights at a spa. It's a $70 a night spa. There's places that you can find in the US where you could just get like like a soak. And that's basically what this is. I'm in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. And it's a $70 a night sort of place. So I booked it for 2 nights just to reset myself a little bit and get a chance to kind of relax and hopefully settle my stomach, and it is feeling better. It was a little touch and go here. Winston's enjoying the opportunity to go for a walk. It's very quiet here. It's got a lot of that old school Americana charm. You know, the lights here, they they aren't white, so it creates a sort of nostalgic feeling from when I was a child. I'll have to show you some of the town tomorrow. I'm going to go on a similar walk, and it'll be good to explore. I'll show you the room too. I'm staying at the Pelican Spa just for 2 nights, and I think tomorrow I'll go and check out their little baths. They're little bathrooms, like bathing rooms. And so my intention is to go and just have a soak for a little while. So that should be nice. And then I gotta figure out what I'm doing next. I think I'm still going to Tombstone, Arizona, but I gotta ask myself, what really is my plan here? I can't stay at truck stops all the time. I think I gotta suck it up. At least I can park in the middle of a city and then have somewhere I can walk Winston in the morning, which is something that I miss doing. But look at this little town. It's very cute.
Do you got the zoomies? Oh, he does. Oh, he does. Oh! I'm gonna get you. Ah! Ah! Come here. Ah! I'm gonna get ya. I'm gonna get ya. Ah! You're my good boy. Look at him. He's my good boy. Oh my goodness, he's so cozy.
So here is the tub. It's super tall. I think it's gonna be really fun to bathe in. We'll see how it goes, but I think it should be fun. Well, that was enjoyable. I really like hot springs. It's very relaxing, but well, I mean, I say it's relaxing, but in reality, I can only sit in them for like 10 minutes at a go, and then I have to get out, and then I get back in, and then get out and get back in. I'm a weenie when it comes to the heat. It's not good for my heart. I take blood pressure medication, which is probably why. It's not as terrible as I'm making it out to be, but oh, I'm gone. My face has vanished. Well, we're heading back. Gotta pack the van and walk Winston. What, you don't like it? You don't like it even though you stuck your face in my salad? You don't want to eat it? You don't want to eat it? Look who stuck their face in my salad and said I don't want to eat it after getting his nasty germs all over it. He'll eat spinach, but apparently he won't eat greens. Will you? You won't eat it! Eat it! Nah! You're such a pain in my butt. You stuck your face in my salad. I'm tempted to throw out the whole salad, not gonna lie. He is so gross. You're so gross, Winston. You ruined my salad. You know, I'm really tired of eating. I'm tired of food. Everything that was stressful in my life around food is both easier and harder when you're traveling on the road. For me, it's tough because I have a lot of things that make me sick these days, whether it's a reaction because of a medication I'm taking or my own foolish life choices in the past. I am paying for it. and it makes food really hard. And some days I'm just so tired of it. The reason we were at that spa is I ate something that didn't agree with me, and it was cold, and I didn't have anywhere to stay, and I just was so tired in that moment, even though I've hardly been on the road. But when you're sick, everything just sucks so much more, including trying to put things away, apparently. No. But I was like, I'll just take a day. We'll spend a night at the spa, which we did, and then I'll be ready to go for the next day. And for the most part, that was okay. I do feel better. I just had to be really careful about what I eat and what I drink, and some of my favorite stuff I can't have. And that's just really tough. I love Coke and I love coffee, and they both have caffeine, and I take a medication that makes me sick when I eat caffeine or when I consume caffeine. And it's just hard because of my own poor diet choices. I got gallstones, and I'm in a position of like, do I want to remove my gallbladder? Do I want to look for alternative options? How expensive would an alternative option be? These are the things that are running through my head. And the question is, would it be worth me paying $50, hopefully not 50, but like $15,000 to $20,000 or more to have surgery to keep my gallbladder? Or I can just do something that would be completely covered by my insurance and then have no gallbladder. And I don't know. I've been avoiding it. But if I make a mistake and I eat too much fat, and I really have to limit it, but if I make that mistake, I just end up just boned. It's awful and it's painful, and I give myself pancreatitis. So what I'm doing in this Walmart parking lot in this moment in time is I'm cooking. I know, shocker. But I'm gonna keep things simple. I don't even feel like all I eat right now, and I've been eating relatively well. But I'm gonna make congee. And congee is a type of rice porridge. It's basically soup. It's cold, I'm cranky, and that's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna make congee. And I recharged my power station, so we're gonna splurge, and we're gonna use a power station. I have 8515 lean ground beef. I would have liked, if I could have stopped somewhere that was an actual butcher, what I like to do is get like half a pound or even a quarter pound of ground pork. That is my secret to good congee. Just a little bit, the flavor from the fat. You just need a little, and the flavor of the fat goes a long, long way. But I went with this. They didn't have another option, and I couldn't do a whole thing of pork. It would make me sick. So we're gonna just fry this up real quick with some salt and pepper and garlic powder if I can find it. It's somewhere in here, God knows. And some onion. And then we're gonna drive the rest of the way to Chimstone, because that was what I was in the middle of doing. And we're just gonna let it cook on the way, because it makes no sense for me to not cook it on the way, you know? Like, why wouldn't I? I don't need much. Usually I rely on the fat to have any flavor in the meal. But here we go. Garlic, salt, pepper. I'm gonna put that on last. Freshly cracked black pepper. I discovered that when I was 31 years old. Life changer. And you should do it too. Just try it. Get it, freshly crack it, your life will change. Oh, the smell of garlic. Oh, thank gosh. This is predictably relatively easy on my stomach. It's usually not high in fat. Of course, I'm sure I could make a mistake there, but we're just gonna fry up the meat here quick and then go about our day. I gotta tell you, it is windy. I I didn't know that about New Mexico. Is it windy all the time? You guys deal with this kind of wind like 24/7? Because this is awful. I imagine maybe not in the summer, but this is a lot of wind. And it is completely eaten my mileage. Like, I don't even know if I'm getting 10 miles to the gallon, to be honest with you. And that's like my benchmark. Like, I have eaten through an absurd amount of gas. Normally I can go like 500 miles, or not 500, 400 miles. But with the way things are, I feel like I can't even go 250, 3 maybe? I don't know. And the constant push of the wind is just tough when you're driving. And having to get gas is, you know, it all adds up. So that's where I'm going now before we go to Tombstone, because I burned through almost 2 tanks and I can't believe that. It was like 200 miles.